This is fascinating. A 2014 study, this one on mice, produced results that were almost shocking. The researchers divided the mice into 4 groups, testing saline, jojoba oil, minoxidil, and peppermint oil. The peppermint oil group didn't just do well, it blew the others out of the water. It showed the most prominent increase in hair growth, follicular depth, and dermal thickness. But here's the most exciting part. It was found to push the hair follicles from the telogen phase, which is the resting or shedding phase, into the anagen phase, which is the active growth phase. And it did it faster and more effectively than the minoxidil. The researchers believe it does this by increasing the expression of a growth factor called IGF-1, which is like a go signal for hair growth. All kickstarted by that simple increase in blood flow. Now, a very, very important word of warning. Peppermint oil is incredibly strong. You cannot, and I repeat, cannot put this directly on your skin from the bottle. You must dilute it, even more so than rosemary. We're talking just 2 or 3 drops per tablespoon of your carrier oil. When you massage this one in, you will feel it. It will be an intense cooling and tingling. It should feel refreshing, not painful or burning. If it burns, you've used too much, so wash it out immediately. But when you get that dilution right, that tingle is your sign that it's working. You are literally feeling your circulation kick into high gear, delivering a wake-up call directly to those sleeping follicles. It's an amazing, invigorating feeling. But what if the problem isn't just sluggish blood flow? What if the follicle is awake? The blood is trying to get there, but the road itself is blocked. This brings us to our 4th forgotten oil, which is arguably the most important one on this list because it makes all the others work better. We're talking about jojoba oil. Here's the secret about jojoba oil. It's not technically an oil at all. It's a liquid wax ester. And that chemical structure is precisely what makes it a miracle for your scalp. Why? Because the structure of jojoba oil is almost identical to the natural oil your own scalp produces, which is called sebum. Now, sebum is a good thing. It moisturizes our scalp and protects our hair. But as we age, or due to hormonal changes, our sebum production can get out of whack. It can mix with dead skin cells, dirt, and residue from hair products and form a hard, waxy plug that gets lodged deep inside the hair follicle. I want you to picture this. Imagine trying to grow a beautiful, delicate sprout in a pot of soil that has a layer of hard concrete on top. The sprout might try to push through, but it's going to be weak, thin, and will likely die before it ever breaks the surface. That heart plug is doing the same thing to your hair. It's physically choking the hair strand. It blocks nutrients from getting in and literally smothers the follicle. This is where so many people go wrong. They feel their scalp is oily or clogged, so they use harsh, stripping shampoos with sulfates. These shampoos do clear the plug, but they also strip all the natural oils, leaving the scalp dry, irritated, and defenseless. The scalp then panics and overproduces sebum to compensate, and the cycle starts all over again, only worse. Enter jojoba oil. Because it is so chemically similar to sebum, your scalp doesn't see it as a foreign oil. It sees it as more of itself. And like dissolves like. When you massage jojoba oil into your scalp, it gently and effectively dissolves those hardened wax plugs. It melts them away without stripping your scalp's natural moisture barrier. It's like a deep cleansing conditioner for your follicles. This is why jojoba oil is the perfect carrier oil for the other oils we've discussed. A carrier oil is simply the base oil you use to dilute the potent essential oils like rosemary and peppermint. But when you use jojoba, it's not just a passive base, it's an active participant. So when you mix your few drops of peppermint oil into a tablespoon of jojoba oil, you are creating a dual-action army. The jojoba oil goes in first, clearing the concrete plug out of the way, and the peppermint oil follows right behind, rushing blood flow to the now liberated follicle. On top of all that, jojoba is also naturally antifungal and antibacterial. So if any of your hair thinning is related to dandruff or other scalp conditions, it helps to soothe and clear those up too. It creates a perfectly balanced, clean, and nourished foundation. It's the unsung hero that makes all the other treatments possible. So we've blocked the hormone, we've stimulated the follicle, we've increased the blood flow, and we've cleared the path. What's left? Or what if the follicle is just too damaged, too inflamed to receive all this help? This brings us to our fifth and final oil, a true forgotten wonder. This one is emu oil. Now I know this one might be new to many of you, and I want to be upfront. This is an animal-derived product, so it may not be the right choice for everyone, and that is perfectly okay. But for those who are open to it, its properties are truly unique. Emu oil comes from the fat of the emu, a large flightless bird native to Australia, where it has been used by Aboriginal people for thousands of years as a healing balm. It has two extraordinary properties that make it a powerhouse for hair. First, it is one of the most potent anti-inflammatories found in nature. It's packed with omega-3, 6, and 9 fatty acids, particularly oleic acid. As we age, our bodies are in a constant, low-grade state of inflammation, sometimes called inflammaging. This inflammation can absolutely terrorize the scalp, keeping follicles in a permanent, dormant state. If your scalp is ever itchy, red, flaky, or just sensitive, that's inflammation. Emu oil is like a cooling, calming balm that puts out that fire. But its second property is even more incredible. Emu oil is what's known as a transdermal carrier. These videos, I want you to think of your skin as a brick wall, built to keep things out. Most oils and lotions just sit on top of that wall. But the lipid profile of emu oil is so similar to the lipids in human skin that your skin doesn't see it as a wall. It sees it as more bricks. It's biocompatible. This means emu oil can penetrate deep into the dermis, far deeper than most other oils. And here's the magic. It can carry other ingredients with it. Remember our rosemary and peppermint oil? They're powerful, but they're still working to get through the brick wall. Imagine emu oil is a secret Trojan horse. When you blend your rosemary oil with emu oil, the emu oil effectively tricks the skin's defenses and carries that follicle-stimulating rosemary deep inside the fortress, right down to the base of the sleeping follicle where it can do the most good. It's an amplifier. It makes everything else you use more effective. The early research on this is very exciting. One study on mice found that emu oil was a potent anagen phase inducer, meaning it helped wake up sleeping follicles. In fact, the study noted that it awakened over 80% of dormant follicles and significantly promoted growth. So if you feel like you've tried everything and your scalp is just too stubborn or inflamed, a blend using emu oil as a carrier might be the key that finally unlocks the door. And if emu oil isn't for you, a wonderful plant-based alternative with powerful anti-inflammatory and penetrative qualities is tamanu oil. It's another fantastic forgotten oil worth exploring. So let's take a deep breath and quickly recap what we've learned. It's not about one single magic bullet. It's about a smart, multi-pronged approach. First, we have pumpkin seed oil, our hormone helper, to gently block that follicle-shrinking DHT. Second, we have rosemary oil, the proven powerhouse that rivals minoxidil for nourishing and protecting the follicle itself. Third, we have peppermint oil, the wake-up call that uses menthol to flood the scalp with nutrient-rich blood. Fourth, we have jojoba oil, the pore purifier, which is the perfect carrier to dissolve the waxy plugs that choke our hair. And fifth, we have emu oil, the deep penetrating anti-inflammatory that calms the scalp and amplifies the effects of all the others. You don't have to use all of them at once. You could start by simply adding a few drops of rosemary and peppermint to a base of jojoba oil. You could use a pumpkin seed oil mask twice a week. The key is to listen to your body. I know it can be unsettling to learn all this, especially when you've been told hair loss is just how it is. But I want you to feel empowered. Knowledge is power. Now that you know why your hair might be thinning, from hormones to poor circulation, to inflammation, to clogged follicles, you now have 5 natural, gentle, and powerful tools to help. It's not your fault, and it is not too late to make a change. Seeing your hair thin can truly shake your confidence. It can make you feel older or less like yourself. I understand that, but you are not alone in this, and you now have a plan. This isn't an overnight fix. This is a commitment to yourself. It's a new ritual of self-care. It's the 10 minutes you take 3 times a week to gently massage your scalp, to breathe deep, and to send your body a signal of healing and rejuvenation. Every small, consistent step you take is a way of telling those sleeping follicles that it's safe to wake up. Now, I would genuinely love to hear from you. Which of these 5 oils surprised you the most? Have you ever tried any of them before? And if so, what was your experience? Please share your story or any questions you have in the comments section below. I do my best to read as many as I can, because we all learn so much from one another in this community. If this video helped you or gave you a feeling of hope, please take a moment to hit that like button. It means so much to me, and it helps this video find its way to others who need to hear this message. And finally, if you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel and click that little bell. We have so many more science-backed natural health secrets to share to help you thrive in your golden years. And one last little thing. If you're still with me, and you're feeling hopeful and ready to take charge of your hair health, just type a 1 in the comments. It's a simple way to affirm to yourself and everyone here that you're ready to start this new journey. Thank you so much for spending this time with me. Stay healthy, stay vibrant, and remember, growing older is a privilege, and caring for yourself is how you honor it. I'll see you in the next video.